Hello and welcome. You're watching Left, Right and Centre. I'm Gargi Rawat. Now, winter is coming, and for Delhi and much of the north, it basically means that the days of terrible air pollution are back. Already today has been the fourth day of poor air quality in Delhi, and it's expected to worsen during the week. Now, despite all the talk and efforts, one of the big reasons for the deteriorating air quality in winter remains the stubble burning by farmers in Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan. Take a look at this report.
Stubble burning in Punjab and Haryana and the direct impact in Delhi NCR. Poor quality air for the fourth consecutive day. The overall air quality index reached 266, and in areas such as Wazirpur and Mathura Road, it went up to 301 and 306, which is very poor category. Pollution levels are expected to get worse tomorrow and oscillate between poor to moderate category. While Haryana's Panipat remained India's most polluted area in last 24 hours, with air quality index at 353 in the very poor category, pollution is not part of the manifestos or campaign speeches of any political party in the state, which is set to go to polls on the 21st of October. In Delhi, the graded response action plan will come into force from 15th October. This will mean use of diesel generator sets will be banned in Delhi and NCR towns such as Gurgaon, Faridabad and Ghaziabad. And odd-even scheme will be in force from 4th to 15th November. But activists say this is not enough.
व्हीक्यूलर एमिशन हमारा पोल्यूशन का एक बहुत बड़ा सोर्स है और अगर इतने 10,000 से ऊपर व्हीकल्स हैं जो इस टाइम सड़क पे हैं दिल्ली में जो उठा लेने चाहिए क्योंकि वो उन्होंने अपनी सीमा वक्त की सीमा ख़त्म हो चुकी है। अभी तक मार्केट में कोई ग्रीन क्रैकर्स है नहीं है। जैसे रावण जले तो उसमें कितने कौन चढ़ के चेक करेगा कि वो ग्रीन क्रैकर है कि नहीं है, और हर चीज़ जो गवर्नमेंट करती है या नहीं करती है वो सिर्फ उनका ऑब्जेक्टिव है वोट्स।
Political parties on the other hand are busy blaming each other.
देखिए, इस समय अरविंद केजरीवाल जी पूरी तरह से असफल हो चुके हैं, फेल हो चुके हैं। तो अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट अगर ध्वस्त है तो ऑड इवन के बाद आप तो दिल्ली को एक दोहरी मार देने जा रहे हो जनता को।
दिल्ली की सरकार तो लगातार प्रयास कर रही है प्रदूषण को रोकने के लिए, लेकिन आज जरूरत यह है कि केंद्र की सरकार हस्तक्षेप करे। अगर तो उत्तर प्रदेश में, पंजाब में, हरियाणा में कैसे पराली जल रही है, क्या कर रहे हैं केंद्रीय मंत्री साहब? उस स्टेट के जो लोग हैं उनकी जीवन के साथ भी खिलवाड़ है।
For the last 3 months of July to September, the air quality remained in the satisfactory to moderate range. But as the blame games continue, the winter months will make it difficult for Delhi Heights to breathe. In New Delhi, with camera person Ashwini Mehra, this is Sukirti Dwivedi for NDTV.
Now, today the Delhi Chief Minister tweeted all the gains achieved so far on pollution front in Delhi will be nullified, whereas we need to do a lot in Delhi. Also, we are trying. However, all governments and all agencies need to work to stop crop burning. Well, to talk more about this issue, we're joined in studio by Akshay Marathe, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Jayadhar Gupta, founder of Nirvana Being and someone who's campaigned about the air pollution, Dr. Sanjeev Bagai, chairman Nephron Clinic, and Geeta Bhatt, political analyst and someone who supports the government. Well, Akshay Marathe, first to you. Yes, of course, stubble burning in adjoining states is a big problem. But many activists have pointed out there's a lot more that needs to be done in Delhi itself. And, the odd even scheme, while it does get a lot of eyeballs and a lot of talk, it's not enough.
Gargi, unlike previous years, this year is slightly different. In August of this year, the Central Pollution Control Board, for the first time in many years, gave Delhiites some reason to celebrate that Delhi's pollution levels have gone down by 25% in the last 3 years alone. And I think that while this is not satisfactory at all, we need to do a lot more. When you have so many years of bad news, we need to take a moment and celebrate what we have been able to achieve together, not just as a government but as a city together. At the same time, like Mr. Arvind Kejriwal said, that there is so much to do for Delhi as a government, but what we are seeing now, and the reason that the last 3-4 days have been extremely polluted in Delhi, is the fact that the crop burning in Punjab and Haryana has started. And this is not just what Mr. Kejriwal is saying. Several news channels, news reports across the city and the two states have been saying that the spike in pollution across this entire region is because of the burning of stubble in these states. So I think we really need to take a good look at what has been done on that front And I would really
In
appeal to
previous
the
years,
centre
we
and
did
the
see the
two
chief
states.
minister reaching out to other chief ministers. We've really not seen much on that front. Does Mr. Kejriwal expect the centre to take more of a role in this sort of coordination between chief ministers?
See, there are two parts to this. Number one, Mr. Kejriwal is representative of the people of Delhi. So what he can do for the people of Delhi, he has been doing. But the problem that Delhi is facing today, if it's arising from states that are outside of Mr. Kejriwal's control, then it has to be the elected governments of these other states to play an important role. And when you have a problem that is that expands the entire region and is not even limited to one or two states, then it is incumbent on the central government to step up and take responsibility and find solutions to fix the problem of crop burning.
All right, Geeta, Aam Aadmi Party, they're talking about the states and stubble burning there, and we have to say over the last couple of days or weeks, we've seen a lot of politicization over pollution, and I have to say I'm happy that at least all the parties are talking about pollution. We've seen statements from Mr. Prakash Javadekar, we've seen a lot of statements coming from the Aam Aadmi Party, but yes, on this very issue, more needs to be done by the centre to coordinate this. We did have Mr. Prakash Javadekar saying on October 7th about how much money has been given and how many machines have been provided, and he expects that farm fires should go down. Instead, the statistics are absolutely the opposite. They've actually gone up many times.
Well, Gargi, as autumn sets in, the air pollution is there is an echo. If you can please get it corrected.
Sure,
so
we'll
air pollution becomes a very big challenge for all the Delhiites, and as there has been a concern showing that the particulate matter, which has a diameter of 2.5 micrometer and less, these particles they are getting increased, because of these. As has been said, that because of stubble burning, because these particulates, they can enter into human bloodstream, and hence they can also get lodged into our lungs and cause lot of respiratory disorders, and that is one of the major concerns. Now, what is important here, Gargi, is that while there has been a lot of talk regarding with respect to the various states still echoing, it has been reported that from Haryana this time there has been much lesser stubble burning, but there has been an increase of nearly 45% from Punjab. Now,
yes,
what is important
Punjab
over here is that while the center controlled measurement system called SAFAR, they have projected that there is a 6% increase in the air pollution in Delhi because of the stubble burning. But there are many other reports also which are present. For example, IIT Kanpur had submitted a report to the Central Pollution Control Board CPCB, where it said that if you look at an overall average of air pollution in Delhi, 35% of it is contributed by the road dust. This is an IIT Kanpur report which has been submitted, and rest of course there are other pollutants also, like vehicles are there, in which especially the trucks they contribute majorly to the air pollution. So what is important is that when such kind of study is is available, then the state governments needs to be a little preemptive also, knowing very well that during this season this is a major concern in deteriorating the air quality. So what kind of measures have been taken, if they could, or there could be, as suggested by you, that with the other chief minister,
okay,
the Delhi's chief minister could also have gone, and there could have been
but
knowing
in
very
the
well
past,
that this
Geeta,
problem is going to come.
Arvind Kejriwal has reached out to the chief
farmers
ministers.
do not have much incentives. They keep on doing it in spite of fines which have been put against stubble burning.
All right, of course, politically, it's something that's been proven to be not very viable, to push this fines, and the thing is to provide alternatives to these farmers. But Jaydar Gupta, at least we're seeing a lot of talk about, the pollution. There's been a sort of fight to take credit for the improved situation in Delhi. What would you say, as somebody who's been campaigning on this issue for a long time, providing devices for people to fight pollution, what would you say about this current situation right now that we're seeing in Delhi?
Well, I'm not going to get into politics. I want to call it as it is. I'm an air quality expert. I'm going to tell you that air pollution in Delhi and the North India has not gone down. I'm going to tell you that over 3 years we have not had a 25% reduction. I mean, whole lot of politicking is going on because this is election season. There has been no reduction. This claim that over 3 years we've reduced air pollution by 25%, that's an absolutely false claim. I have data to refute it. The claim that the spike in air pollution over the last 4 days has been due to paddy burning, that's absolutely incorrect. The winds are blowing westerly. All our smoke is flowing into Lahore right now. The spike in air pollution in the last 4 days is totally due to our local emissions. Let me also tell you that the entire impact of paddy burning emissions in terms of exposure to people living in Delhi is less than 6% annually. And the Aam Aadmi Party, which is a party and as chief minister that acquired the tag of being the chief minister of the city with the worst air quality in the world, as soon as he came into power 5 years ago, has done nothing with it.
But we have had
blamed
better,
it completely on paddy
quality.
burning and claimed that
better
there has been
air quality days this year than we've had in previous years. And yes, some people
No,
feel because of the delayed monsoon. That is one of the reasons that air quality.
Ever seen.
Gargi, we've had a great August and September because of natural causes. We had good rain that settled PM10. We had very good wind speeds that dispersed PM2.5. You cannot take credit for natural causes. What have you done to reduce air pollution? What have you done to go after the sources of pollution? If I look at the entire agenda, I'm sorry, it's my turn to speak.
Allow me to respond.
If you look at
All
the
right, I'll give you a
7-point
moment.
agenda,
Unscientific claims throughout your last 2-minute rant. There have been several unscientific claims, and I'm quite stunned.
Where is the science? Please share the data behind your claims.
I'm really stunned.
I haven't seen any data.
I'm really stunned that an air quality expert
You're just
does not know that the Central Pollution Control Board has stated that 25% of PM 2.5 concentration has reduced. This is a fact. This is not a
due to
claim I'm making.
measures of measures of Aam Aadmi Party. Due to what? What have you done to reduce PM 2.5?
Don't heckle me. Don't heckle me. Don't heckle me.
Please let everybody know what have you done in 5 years.
I
want to know.
If you can be civil and hold your breath. Listen, this is really unfair. This is really unfair.
To reverse air pollution.
All right, I think for a moment, let's get in Dr. Bagai. He hasn't had a chance to speak.
Gargi, allow me to respond.
Akshay, I'll let you respond. Just one moment.
But this is extremely unfair. You cannot allow someone to get away with such unscientific claims.
One moment, I will let you respond. Let me just get in, Dr. Bagai.
And this person is calling himself an air quality expert.
Treating people for various afflictions they have due to the air pollution. What has your experience been this year?
Hi, good evening. I think somehow or the other the Delhi government wants to take credit for all the natural causes for which the air quality is good on some very few days and blame the crop burning on the other days where the air quality goes down. But being away from politics, I think what we need to really understand is that it's the third most leading cause of death, mortality and morbidity worldwide. So air pollution is something which is killing all the citizens in almost every metro and outside metros.
Right, this is not just a Delhi problem, it's a North India problem.
The origin, the cause oriented.
Maybe even the whole country, yes.
North India problem. So we need to target what the causes are. Just to focus on a cosmetic effect, it's more a eye candy kind of wishy-washy kind of program of an odd and even scheme. It contributes very little and it's not going to help much. It's been proven in the past it's not going to help much. It hasn't helped much. I think what we need to do is we need to get our roads intact. The road dust is a very major contributor. You cannot have a scheme which is only partial in implementation. So women, children, the two-wheelers, which are the greatest contributors because of the high consumption combustion system of the engine. These are killers. It's not only the cars. We need to look at focus of the industry. We need to look at focus of the overall environment. I'm concerned that every passing year, around this time we have these debates, and it's an annual feature we have these debates, but in between nothing much really happens. The road transport needs to be in order before these schemes are implemented. The public transport needs to be in order. I sadly don't see that happening. Where is a common person going to go? You're going to have an increase in cardiovascular diseases, in brain disorders. Pregnant ladies are being affected. Young unborn fetuses are being affected. Asthma is on the increase. Bronchitis is on the increase. Where are we heading for?
All right, a very dismal scenario. Yes, Akshay, now take on, these criticism that there's more that the Delhi government could do, and just blaming the farm fires as it's been proved, as it's been talked about, that's just 6% of the pollution. The remaining pollution is something within Delhi, and things like diesel cars, that's something activists have been asking for a crackdown on.
Gargi, for the last 1 month, Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has said so much on pollution. I really wish people actually tuned in to some of his press conferences before coming on such debates, because he has actually broken down the reasons for why Delhi's pollution has actually reduced by 25%. He's given 3 or 4 major reasons. Number one, that Delhi's power supply has improved so dramatically in the last 5 years that approximately 5 lakh diesel generator sets that used to operate in your markets in other parts of the city are no longer in use because of the consistent 24-hour power supply. Number two, we have provided subsidies to the entire industrial belt of Delhi, and 95% of Delhi's industries in 2 years alone have moved from polluting fuels to non-polluting fuels. Number three, we have done a lot of work when it comes to making your thermal power plants shut down, getting in green energy, for example, 2,000 megawatts.
Done by the Delhi
Mr.
government.
Gupta,
That's
come
not a grab.
on. Mr. Gupta,
don't take credit for things that you haven't done.
Listen, this kind
I don't
of
mind you taking credit for what you've done,
Mr.
but
Gupta,
don't take credit for things you haven't done.
This does not behove you.
Yeah,
please hold on. Please hold on. Please, Mr. Gupta,
right,
this is really unfair.
Yes, go ahead.
Now, Mr. Gupta is right that the GRAP does recommend a shutdown in power plants, but that is only after 15th of October. This is the first time Delhi government has shut down both power plants, both thermal coal-based power plants, for the entire year. And that's why you're seeing this kind of impact on your air quality. If you don't really know what you're talking about, Mr. Gupta, it's really unfair to make these kinds of allegations.
You also need to mention that your party signed up on the NBCC World Trade Center and to fell 17,500 trees. I saw the signature myself.
Mr. Gupta,
so if you're so concerned about the health of the citizens
Mr. Gupta, now that I have busted your claim, now that
you haven't busted anything.
You've now moved on to your next allegation.
You haven't busted anything.
Please hold on.
I'm sorry, if you've done so many great things, so why has air pollution spiked in the last 4 days? It's not paddy burning.
It's for everybody to see.
It's not paddy burning.
The smoke is coming in from outside.
It's not.
It's for everybody.
Obviously, you're not aware. The wind direction is not coming from Punjab to Delhi. It's going from Punjab to Lahore.
The farm fires have increased.
Your newspapers are saying that the paddy crop is being burned.
It is being burned, but the wind direction is not towards Delhi.
Dr. Bagai wants to come in here. Yes, Dr. Bagai, go ahead.
It's amazing that you cannot see.
Let Dr. Bagai go ahead and yes, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Just a very quick question. In a scientific manner point of view, it's a cause and effect. So if genuinely 25% reduction has occurred in the air pollution in terms of overall level, are we seeing even a marginal, may not be 25%, are we seeing even a marginal decrease in the disease burden, like respiratory or cardiovascular or neurological? The answer is no. So to substantiate some data, you have to have collaborative evidence. There is no evidence to show that the disease burden is decreasing. So obviously we need to do much more, and we need to do it correctly.
All right,
Mr. Bagai,
the graded response action plan will kick in from the 15th of October, and I'm glad to say that it's coming in sooner rather than reacting to when we get into a very crisis situation. But that's all the time we have on the show. Jayada, you wanted to end on a positive note, so please give us that.
I do want to credit the Aam Aadmi Party because for the first time, obviously they see a political opportunity in the environment and the plight of our city. They have made air pollution and the environment an election issue, a vote bank issue. I have seen this as a political opportunity, and I have, mentioned this many times right here in this studio. It is a huge political opportunity. We eagerly await for the manifestos of the other parties, and I hope to see, people actually flush out real solutions that go after the sources of air pollution as opposed to band-aid fixes. So please, for citizens and politicians, this is a serious, serious opportunity. Our city votes before the end of 2019. Please make the right choices and do the right things. Otherwise, it's another 5 years of gloom and doom.
All right. Well, thanks for that. And yes, I'm happy to see that we had the Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar also talking about how we shouldn't burst crackers on Diwali or just use green crackers if we really have to. And of course, the Aam Aadmi Party is putting up a light show for Delhiites so that they'll not burst crackers. So concentrating on these issues of air pollution, I think that is the positive note to end on. Thank you all for joining us on the show.